Happy Friday, everyone. Today's video is a Super Nintendo cartridge. It is Mario's Early Years Preschool Fun, a game truly made for kids. This is the sixth video in our series, Retro Game and System Maintenance. Today we'll be cleaning up this cartridge. This one is in pretty bad shape, actually. You can see the crown mark on the front and the sticker. We're gonna start off with our warm soapy washcloth and just do a kind of try to get as much of this dirt off as we can. This cartridge is gonna take some extra cleaning. We're gonna have to use the toothbrush. We're gonna have to possibly use a magic eraser. This one's in pretty bad shape. So what we're going to do is right now we're just kind of going over the whole cartridge, checking the labels. The labels have the glossy coating on them, so you can use your washcloth and just lightly scrub, and it'll get everything off pretty easily. You'll see the ridges and the Nintendo trademark. Those you've got to really get in there with the washcloth to get them clean. The toothbrush is going to come in super handy on these areas. So you just get the toothbrush out and start working on those hard to reach spots where the washcloth can't get to. And while we're working on this, we're going to go ahead and talk about Warrior Princesses real quick. Warrior Princesses is the foundation that we started for our granddaughters. It is to help raise awareness for Dravet syndrome. Dravet syndrome is an aggressive form of epilepsy, and our granddaughters were diagnosed at a young age. We are using our foundation to raise awareness and to keep everyone updated on the happenings of what we're doing. So be sure to check out warriorprincesses.org uh, and learn more about Dravet syndrome. Check in with the girls. Now, we're going to continue working with the toothbrush on this thing. As I said, this one's in pretty bad shape, so we're just going to keep working on the hard to reach spots. And I think what we'll do now is we'll start working on this crown mark and the sticker and see if we can get those off. Now with the sticker, you'll notice that's a Goodwill sticker. Those stickers can be brutal. This one's been on there for a while. You can tell as you start to rip off the top coating. When a sticker comes apart like this, if you get the top waxy coating off, your washcloth will do most of the work for you. But you've got to get the shiny part of the sticker off before that washcloth will really help you out at all. So we'll just scrape this using our washcloth, just getting it damp. As you work it, you'll notice that it's starting to come off pretty easy. It scrapes off with your nail, so you know that you're making progress and you can get it off there pretty easily. It takes a little bit. You have to be a little patient with it. You don't want to leave any of the residue there if you don't have to. And so what we're going to do is we're going to get the paper part off, and now all that's left is pretty much the glue. So we'll get our workspace cleaned up and see probably probably going to use a magic eraser to get the glue off. Been on there for a while. I'm guessing that sticker's been on there for a few years. Now the crown, it seems to be coming off just by barely scraping it with the nails. So we're going to use our warm soapy washcloth and go ahead and just scrub, put a little pressure on it. As we do that, you'll see that it just basically disappears. So that was a little easier. You can use the magic eraser if you can't get it off with just the washcloth, but in this instance, it looks like it's coming off pretty easily. Let's see. Yeah, that looks pretty good. So now we're going to have to go back and work on this sticker residue. So we'll break out our handy dandy magic eraser and our alcohol. Now, we always spray the alcohol onto the magic eraser. We don't spray it directly on the cartridge. We want keep as keep as much as many chemicals off the plastic as possible. and you have more control on how wet the cartridge gets by just applying it to the magic eraser. This is actually coming off pretty easily. We're going to have to scrub a little bit, but you can see the progress being made, knowing that, yeah, it's coming off. So shouldn't take us very long. We get this part taken care of, and we'll get the cartridge taken apart, see what the insides look like. Now, as we've stated before, anytime you're using the magic eraser, you want to clean it off quickly, especially on the gray cartridges. Or, as a matter of fact, I don't suggest using it on a black cartridge because it will fade the black. But on a gray cartridge, you can use the magic eraser. You just want to get it cleaned off quickly. It will leave a residue, so if you don't get it wiped down as soon as you get done scrubbing, it will leave like a white powdery residue on there. Yeah, we're just going to do our final touches on the outside. And let's see. Let's get this thing taken apart. We're going to dry it off, make sure that no moisture is getting inside the cartridge, and this making sure there's no residue. Yeah, look at that. You can't, no sign of the sticker at all. Now we're going to grab our 3.8 millimeter game bit driver, and the Super Nintendo only has two screws. Now we do clean the screw heads, make sure that they're shiny and bright. And let's see. Let's open this up. Now it does have clips on the top. The Super Nintendo cartridge does have clips on the top, so we suggest pulling from the bottom part of the cartridge first and opening it up like you would the hood of a car. The inside of the cartridge is not in bad shape. We're just going to take the washcloth around and clean the edges. Those seams where the game goes together, that's where most of the dirt will accumulate. So you just want to go around that. If it's too bad, you can obviously use your toothbrush and work on the hard to reach spots. That's a good looking cartridge. All right. Now let's pull the pins back. That's the board. The board looks good. I'm gonna go ahead and clean the other side of the cartridge. Got these little corners that you need to get into, so using the toothbrush to get that cleaned out. Make sure there's no cobwebs or anything like that in there. And let's take a closer look at the board. Okay, you can tell right off the bat this game's been played. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna take our eraser and we're gonna get these pins clean real quick. They're not in too bad a shape, but you can definitely see this game's been played a few times. So we're just gonna lightly scrub the pins with our eraser. You don't have to apply too much pressure. You can just lightly run the eraser across the pins and it should remove any of that residue. We like to use the eraser as opposed to any liquid chemicals. We at Mario Hunters believe that no matter what, you should try to avoid using liquids on any type of electronics. Our method seems to work. We've never had returns because our games don't work. We feel like we've got a pretty good handle on how to get the games clean and working for a while. You want to just make sure you get all the extra residue, and you can do this every couple months. I mean, if you're playing the game pretty frequently, just take it apart and clean the pins. It'll keep your system running longer as well. You're not transferring dirt from the cartridge to the console. All right, and this thing just snaps right back in. It can only go in one way. Get our work area cleaned up, and we'll get this bad boy put back together. This shouldn't take very long. All right, thanks for watching. We do hope this helped. We hope it keeps your games running for many years in the future. Check us out every Friday. We have our games for sale on mariohunters.com. And if you thought this was funny or horrible, just like, subscribe, comment, do whatever the heck you want. All right. Thank you guys very much, and we'll see you again next week.